Hey everyone, it's Daniel Brother Barbaros. In this next video, we're going to be setting up our Windows Server 2025 standard VM, which will eventually become our MDT server. Without further ado, let's get started. So we're just going to go to File, New Virtual Machine, Custom Advanced, Next. Choose the newest hardware, Next. I'll install the operating system later, Next. In our dropdown, use Windows Server 2025, Next. We're going to call this MDT01. Next, we're going to use Secure Boot with UEFI. We're going to set a second core for our processor. Next, we'll give this 4 gigs of RAM or 4096 megabytes. Next, use network translation. Next, use our recommended I/O controller type, our recommended drive type. Create a new virtual disk. I'm going to make this 64 gigs and store it as a single disk. Next, next, and then we're going to customize hardware right down here in case you're wondering. So go to our new CD DVD SATA drive, use ISO image, browse, and of course that ISO that we downloaded to our fastest drive in the first video. Under network adapter, we're going to go to LAN segment. On the drop down, select lab. We'll go down to display, accelerate 3D graphics, and uncheck the automatically adjust user interface size. Click close and click finish. Now what we're going to do is we're going to right click MDT01, click settings. In the options tab, we'll go to access control, encrypt. We can copy this password, Control C, then Control V to paste, encrypt. Go to our hardware tab, add. We're going to add a secondary drive for our deployment share. Next, recommended, create a new virtual disk, 128 gigs, store as a single disk. Next, and finish. Now we're going to add our TPM. So click add, trusted platform module, finish, OK, and we'll move that underneath the gateway. We're good to go there. Now let's power it on and get ready to go. So power on this virtual machine, click on the screen, press the space bar. If your pop-up comes up, Control and Alt, you can close that pop-up and let that come up, and we'll choose our installation. Okay, right here. Okay, you can choose time and currency format, languages, keyboard, then I agree everything. There we go. We're going to choose our standard evaluation desktop experience. Next, accept. It's going to search for our disk. You'll see both of the disks that we created, our 64 gig and our 128. We're going to choose disk 0 for our operating system. Next. And install. And away we go. And we'll come back when we're ready to customize settings. See you then. Okay, and we're back. So let's put in our password. Here we go. Make sure everything is good to go. Finish. And there we are. Control Alt Insert. Let's log in. And we'll come back when it's at the Send Diagnostic Data to Microsoft window. And here we are. So we're going to go down to the bottom here. Required only. Accept. In the Server Manager window, don't show this message again. Close that. In the dashboard, we're going to look at local server services. Click on services. We're going to click the top service. We're going to shift and click the bottom service. And we'll right click on any of the services and click start services. We'll wait for those to disappear. Now later on in this video, we're going to fix these so that some of them are automatic instead of delayed start. And we'll also make sure that during our services timeout of 120 seconds, that they start in a timely manner. Click OK. Server Manager Properties, click Manage. Server Manager Properties, do not start Server Manager automatically. Click OK and close services. I'm going to click on the screen and press my num lock so that I can use my number pad. I'm going to go down here to the bottom of the notification icon. I'm going to click notification settings. I'm going to turn off do not disturb. Then I'm going to close settings. Now we're going to set our date and time. So right click start, run, type timedate.cpl, change your time zone. And then because of daylight savings time for me, which we don't celebrate here in Arizona, but everybody else does, our time is off by an hour. So we're going to click change date time, and I'm just going to change this to noon. Click OK, and OK. There we go. And now my time matches. Okay. Now I'm going to click on File Explorer here at the taskbar. Click on this PC over to the left, right click, rename, and I'll just type Windows here. Then I'm going to go over to MDT01, right click, install VMware Tools. You can close this window. We're going to wait for our autoplay pop-up. Because we turned off do not disturb, they'll show up. That's good. Double click here, close this Explorer window, and wait for that to come up. Okay. There's our VMware Tools setup. Next, typical, next, and install. Okay. You'll see drivers getting installed. Once it gets to the video driver, the screen should flash black. You'll hear the chime for new hardware found. And there we go. And should be good. Okay. We'll wait for our VMware Tools Core Service notification pop-up to come up. So we can close that. There we go. And click Finish and Yes to Start. Okay. And I'll come back when that's at the logon screen. Okay, and let's log in, Control-Alt-Insert. There we go. I'm going to expand my desktop a little bit, mostly for the vertical size, because some windows, as we get into this lab, they'll be a little bit too big. So display settings, I'm going to choose 1280 by 800, but you can choose whichever resolution you like. Keep changes. And that should be good. Now we're right here. So under Find a Setting, I'm going to type Startup. Click on Startup Apps, and I'm going to turn off our Azure Arc Sys tray. I'm going to see it here in the Sys tray. I'm just going to right click and exit. Okay. Now I'm going to right click on Start, click Terminal Admin. You should see an information bar here. I'm going to close that. And now what we're going to do, we're going to set auto end tasks for our user account. Now, like I said, this is just because of VMware Workstation. Sometimes the tasks don't end correctly. You don't have to use this in a physical machine or VirtualBox or Hyper-V. I just like to use it, and it won't hurt anything if you have it on the other machines, okay? We're going to set our IP address to 192.168.25.20. We'll set our default gateway to our GW01. Our DNS server, of course, is our domain controller, .10. Our secondary is Google's 8.8.8.8. We'll disable NetBIOS over TCP/IP here. We'll set our servicing timeout from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And the reason we do that is for certain services like Windows deployment services, which usually take a little bit longer to load up, okay? We'll rename the machine to MDT01, and then we'll restart the machine. So let's go from 254 up to 238. Right click, copy, and paste anyway. We're going to fix this multiple line warning later on. So don't worry about that right now. That's default in terminal. Okay. Give that a moment. There we go. Rename computer, MDT01. And we're going to copy line 256. Right click and press enter. And then we'll wait for it to get to the logon screen, and I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, and we're back. So let's Control-Alt-Insert. Let's log in. I'll show you what we're going to do next. Here we're going to remove a leftover folder that gets installed with Server 2025, a Windows.old folder. We're going to disable auto run on drives. We're going to set up our ping. Then we're going to fix those services I spoke about right here. Okay, we're going to set most of them to auto, and we're going to make sure that they restart 3 times when it gets to the servicing timeout if they haven't started. Then we're going to set the remote registry service the same way. I'm going to disable shipped with reserve storage with DISM as well as an registry key. And the reason I do that is this can affect servers running Server 2022 and 2025. If you're wanting to sysprep later, then it will prevent you from doing that. Okay, I'm going to make sure that we don't install drivers with Windows Update. Now, this is for a VM, of course. And the reason I do that is because I like to make sure that my drivers are stable and only use the ones from VMware tools. Now, if you're running this on a physical server, you may want to not use this command, or if you're in a VirtualBox or Hyper-V, but this won't hurt anything. It'll just make sure that you don't have unexpected driver updates come down from Windows Update. Disable UAC prompt for administrators. I'm going to then install the .NET 3.5 core from our installation media and BitLocker and the BitLocker management tools. I'm going to remove the evaluation here, and I'm going to upgrade to server data center using our KMS key. I'm going to set our network connection to private, and then I'm going to open up Disk Manager so we can set up that secondary 128 gig drive. Okay, so if we go back up here to line 264 and we scroll down to our line 328, right click, copy. Then we can right click here on Start, Terminal Admin. Give that a moment. Paste anyway. And let that go. Once it's at disk management, I'll come back. Okay, and we're back. Okay, so disk management's open. Let's go over here, right click, settings. We're going to remove our CD DVD drive because we're going to use the D drive for our newest drive. So remove, click OK. There we go. Now we're going to click OK on initialize disks. Right here, I'm going to right click here in the unallocated space, new simple volume, next, next, D drive, next, on their partition name, volume label, deployment, next, finish. There we go. I'm going to close disk management. Now we're going to add our machine to our domain. So from 356 to 355, right click, copy. This is going to place it in our member services OU. Now remember to change the name here to your first dot last before you copy this. Okay. And paste there. Press enter. And it's going to restart. And we'll come back when it's at the logon screen. Okay. Okay, and we're back at the logon screen. So Control-Alt-Insert. We're going to click Other User. Now we're going to do our first .last.adm. Okay, so you're going to log in with your administrator account. There we go. Give that a moment. Okay, here we are. When it gets to this screen here, I'm going to click on the screen and just press my numlock key before that does anything. Manage Server Manager Properties. Do not start, close, and close Server Manager. Now we're going to go here to click Start. We're going to click on Settings. And I'm going to go Multitasking. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to turn off this this snapping. I don't like that. That's just me. So you can keep it on if you'd like, but I'm going to turn that off. So snap windows. There we go. Now in notifications, because we're in a different account, we're going to turn Do Not Disturb back off. Okay, and I'm going to close settings. I'm going to right click here. I'm going to click Terminal Admin again. Let that come up. Okay, I'm going to close that information bar. I'm going to set auto end tasks again. I'm going to update my antivirus signatures. Then I'm going to update anything that is a Winget application. I'm going to install the newest PowerShell 7.4.6 as of this writing. And then I'm going to install Chocolati, which we're going to be using for our installation as well as installing 7-zip and Notepad++ on our VM. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to copy from, let's see, 402 up to 397 and paste that there. Paste anyway. Give that a moment. Once it gets to the Winget upgrade all, it's going to ask me, do I agree to the source agreements? I'll say yes, and I'll come back when that's ready. Okay, and we're back, and now it's asking, do you agree to all the source agreement terms, which is here? Yes. There we go. You'll see it has updates for most of our software here, 7 upgrades available. So Edge, Edge Web View, App Installer, the Windows Terminal, the C++ runtimes. It's going to update all of those for us, okay? And then once that's done, we'll go here to 406 and install the newest PowerShell. So I'll be back when that's ready. Okay, and we're back. Those are all updated. Before we restart our terminal, we're going to install PowerShell. So there we go. 7.4.6 is the newest version as of this writing. So I'll come back when that's installed. Okay, and the Microsoft PowerShell 7.4.6 is now installed. We're going to install Chocolati. Now I'm using the command that they placed on their website. You can actually go there to Chocolati, and you can see installing Chocolati. All right, I accept, and you can go down here, and they have their commands that. So I copied this, and we're good to go. So we're going to copy from 410 to 409, paste, press enter, and let that go. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect. And that's it. So type exit. We're going to right click start, terminal admin. And now we're going to install 7-zip and Notepad++ using Chocolati. So from 418 to 416, we'll copy that, paste anyway. And there it goes with 7-zip. It's installing its packages. Perfect. Okay. Let that go through. And there it goes with Notepad++. Alrighty. And away we go. I'm just going to restart our machine now. And I'll come back when it's at the logon screen. Okay, and we're back. So let's log in. Control-Alt-Insert. Okay. And now the Edge is updated. We're just going to go in and open it up. So give that a moment. There we go. Start without your data. Confirm and continue. Continue without this data. Confirm and start browsing. Finish. And there we go. Click on Settings. You can see that it's using our gateway. So we've got internet access. Click on Downloads. We're going to say, ask me what to do with each download. There we go. And we can close Edge. Now we're going to fix those problems with Terminal. Down here, we'll do the multi-line paste warning. We'll get rid of that. But we're going to open up each of our profiles as an administrator. Okay, so right-click Terminal Admin. I'm going to move this up a little bit. Click on this arrow, click Settings, click on each of our profiles and run this profile as an administrator. We're going to turn that on for each of these. Okay, then click Save. You see this open JSON file. We're going to click on that, click Notepad just once. Okay, we'll go down here to line 471. And we'll copy this line here. We'll go to our schema line, press Enter, spacebar 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, Control V to paste, File, Save, close Notepad, close Settings, and close Terminal. And now we can open up the terminal one more time, and it should be fixed. Now I can say Control Update. Let's see what Windows updates we have available. Okay, here they are. So there's a Download and Install All. We'll click that and let that go. And I'll come back when that's ready to restart. Okay, and we're done installing our updates. A restart is required. Everything says completed or pending restart. So click Restart Now, and we'll come back when that is at the logon screen. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, and we're back. So let's log in. Control-Alt-Insert. We're going to log in as our domain admin. Good to go there. Okay, now we're just going to set some File Explorer options just to make life easier for us. So click on File Explorer, click here on the 3 dots, click Options. Under Open File Explorer 2, we're going to say this PC. Under View, we're going to uncheck Hide Extensions for known file types. We'll go down to the bottom here, expand to Open Folder and Show All Folders. Click Apply, OK, close File Explorer. If I reopen it, you'll see that it goes right to our drives. So we're good there. Okay, and I'll see you in the next video.